Okay, so I'm super excited to tell you about this game. I am never that excited about games. I'm very analytical and I like to play them, but holy shit, when this game got sent to me, I was pretty blown away. Now, all things considered for the Oculus Quest 2, what it can do, what it can't do, and but for a fitness game, this is where it is. This is the future of fitness games. And I'm super excited to tell you more about the game Stride. And yeah, Stride's been out on PC VR for a while. However, it's coming as a standalone to the Quest on August 5th. Yeah, that's today. Let's start with the good stuff. Okay, one of my favorite games of all time is Mirror's Edge for the Xbox 360, and then the Mirror's Edge 2, it got a lot of bad reviews, but I didn't mind it for the Xbox One. One of the things I like about it is like that kind of parkour style where you're running off the wall. So think Mirror's Edge, but like you're doing it. Okay, so right out of the gate, you should know that if you don't really have your VR legs and you get motion sickness pretty quick, this is gonna take some getting used to. I'll tell you right now. Even for me, I'm pretty okay with that stuff, and right out of the gate, I was like, ugh. So it was a little weird at first, but after a while, for me at least, I get the hang of it, and it's not a big deal. So it's mostly like free running, but there's also some shooting, and there's also some different obstacles you have to be around. Oh man. So this is what I've been waiting for a long time, is a fitness game that puts you in something that's more than just like smashing things to the beat. Okay, don't get me wrong, I love a good Beat Saber, Supernatural, Smash Drums, but one thing I've always wanted is a game where I've got like a story to play and I've got like things to accomplish, so I don't feel like I'm working out. I'm not focused on like, this is a workout. I want it to not feel like a workout. I want it to be like 20 minutes later and I'm like, oh my God, I'm drenched in sweat, which I was when I was playing this game. So that's why I'm super pumped about it. Now, if you've played Stride on PC VR, this is gonna be probably not a lot is new to you. But one thing I can tell you is that the Oculus version has improved and reworked a lot of different things about the original. Now, there's a new tutorial that's like VR noob friendly, okay? And it really is. The tutorial is pretty long, but you have to master it to understand what you're doing. And then there's good enemy AI, so it's not just people like spinning in circles. Sometimes you play games on the Oculus and like the AI is just like they're like bumping into doors like stormtroopers. That's not here. There's good gunplay, there's melee combat, there's unlockables. All I can tell you is that I'm gonna be playing this for a while. Like, I'm gonna be on this thing for a while, which sucks because I'm like halfway through my Beat Saber fitness challenge. Not too late. So there's 3 different modes of Stride. There's the endless mode, which was my favorite of the 2, where it's like procedurally generated and you're just going and going and you're getting chased by like a shadow that if it catches up with you, you die. I think it's harder and harder as it goes along. That's been my favorite so far. Then there's the arena mode, which is like a wave style where you're going from building to building, collecting briefcases and killing enemies and stuff. And it's tougher. There's more obstacles in it, but it's fun. It wasn't my favorite out of the bunch. And then my least favorite was the time run, which is where you're trying to get through a specific course in like a given amount of time to advance to the next one. It was okay, but my favorite out of all of them was the endless mode because it really kept you going for as long as you needed to. The other cool thing about this is Stride was actually shortlisted for the VR Awards 2021 Game of the Year category, and with good reason too. It's pretty badass. So let's talk about my experience playing this. It was right out of the gate, the tutorial was very clear. It was fun. I mastered it pretty quickly. You get thrown into it, but you're scaffolded along the way. You learn one thing, then you learn the next thing, etc. After you complete the tutorial, you have your access to the 3 different modes. Now, when you're doing the different modes, there's not a storyline yet, okay? It's coming. There's, in the future, there's gonna be an addition of a storyline, which that's gonna be awesome. And then also a multiplayer, but that's not there right now, so I can't really tell you anything about that. I don't know. I'm not the developer. So if you're looking for like something to compare it to, which there's really not at this moment, I would say it's like if you took Mirror's Edge, combined it with The Climb, and a way better version of Gorilla Tag, you would have Stride. But again, that's not to say it's not its own game. It's not a combination of games. It's its own game. And for me personally, this is what fitness should be like. It's not, you know, song and then song and then song. There's no songs in this game. F songs, okay? It's just shooting and climbing and running. So the way you get your character to move is you're using the joystick to walk, okay? So you're walking along. And then also if you need him to run, you're gonna start pumping your arms like this. And then to jump, it's like you hold some, so there's some combinations of different buttons. One of my favorite things though is the gun access. Like how you grab your pistol is, instead of like the usual where you have to like look down at your belt and then like grab from the belt thing, I never really cared for that. I mean, it's fine, whatever, it works good in Walking Dead. But for this, it's literally just reach across, grab from your shoulder, boom, you have a gun, let go of it, and it's back to your shoulder. Like, I love that. That's the best, like, boom, shoulder gun. Shoulder gun. I mean, who doesn't love a good shoulder gun? The one thing I noticed is that the aiming of the pistol is a little weird. Like, you kind of, typically when there's a certain way an Oculus pistol aims, but you have to adjust it slightly. It just doesn't, maybe it's just like I'm not good at shooting and all the other games make up for it for me. But this one, the aiming is just slightly off, but it's nothing that you can't just adjust on the fly, so no big deal. You're shooting down drones, you're shooting down people, you're shooting down bombs that the drones are planting. You're sliding, you're jumping, you're running on walls, you're doing all the parkour things. I wish there was like a roll mechanism, but I can understand why that would just like make you want to puke after a while. So, I mean, that's just me. I'm just kind of a weirdo, but I want to be able to somersault when I land. I think the cool thing about Stride though is that it's like being released right now, and I'm already happy with it. You know, sometimes you're like, well, I'm not going to review this game so hard because it's still developing, and yeah, this game is still developing. And it's also badass. So developers, take note of Stride. This is where fitness is going and where it should be right now. $14.99. It's worth every penny. I'm glad they weren't trying to push the $29.99 because I don't know if I could have got on board with it. It was $29.99. But $14.99, it's a good price for this. And you're going to want to pick this up. Checking out my heart rate and looking at my statistics, as usual, you got to look at the statistics. My heart rate got around like the same it does when I'm playing Beat Saber on Expert. So, you know, high-ish, but for, you know, what it is, it's like I'm sweaty, but I don't feel like I'm running a marathon. My name is Ari with FitPro VR. Don't forget to get your workout in today.